Claude can connect to your QuickBooks now. Say that 5 times fast. I'm Jack, an accountant at TMA Accounting. In March of 2026, Goldman Sachs published a report where they surveyed small businesses about their use of artificial intelligence. They found that over 3/4 of small business owners said that they used AI in some way. But of that group, only a fraction claimed that they use AI in their actual business operations. In a similar study published by the US Small Business Administration, about 9% of small businesses reported using AI in their operations. So why is there such a gap? I think what it comes down to is AI is limited in what it's actually useful for. According to Goldman Sachs, business owners have difficulty figuring out what AI tools are worth using. Some of what it can do is impressive, and some of it not so much. Today, I want to take a closer look and show you what it can do and what it can't do. In February, Intuit, the company behind QuickBooks, partnered with Anthropic, the company behind Claude. Shortly after the partnership, the QuickBooks for Claude connector was added, making it possible for Claude to connect to your QuickBooks directly. You can ask it things like, how did my business do last quarter? What does my cash flow look like? How do my margins compare to other businesses in my state? It's connected to your QuickBooks account so it can pull your business's specific financial information. And what we're going to do today is we're going to show you an example. So what I did is I went ahead and created a dummy company in QuickBooks, and we're going to connect it to my Claude, and we're going to play around with sort of what this QuickBooks connector can do and how Claude can help you in QuickBooks. To get started, what you'll want to do is open up Claude. I've got it open. I've already got it set up, but I'll walk you through the general steps of getting QuickBooks connected to Claude. What you want to do is you want to go up here to Customize and then Connectors, and you'll see I've got Intuit QuickBooks already set up, but if you didn't see that, if you don't have it set up already, you'll click this plus button, Browse Connectors, and basically what we're looking at now is think of this as sort of like the App Store for Claude. So just quickly looking at it, you'll see Google Drive, HubSpot, Zoom, Microsoft. And if you want to find QuickBooks, all you got to do is go up to the top here and start typing QuickBooks, and here you go. So I've already got it set up, but go ahead and click on it. So you can see what it can do here. It's got some images and a description. It says, turn your business's raw financial data into clear financial insights. Analyze profitability, cash flow, and compare your performance against similar businesses in your industry and region. Generate accounting compliant profit and loss and cash flow statements in minutes. Upload CSVs, PDFs, images, or paste transactions directly into Claude. QuickBooks will sync and analyze your personalized results as your business evolves. So already from there, you can kind of tell what this can do. It'll give you some benchmarks. It has the ability to generate a profit and loss statement, cash flow statements, and it'll actually tell you specifically down here. It's got 11 tools, so you can see profit and loss generator, cash flow generator, benchmarking against industry, profit and loss QuickBooks account, cash flow QuickBooks account, benchmarking, company info. Here we've got the QuickBooks transaction import status, QuickBooks profile info, and industry recommendations. So, that's all it can do. There's nothing else. And once you've got that set up, what I find is a little bit easier than, necessarily reading through all of that stuff is you can go ahead and make sure this QuickBooks connector is enabled and open up a new chat, and you can just ask Claude, how can you help me with QuickBooks Online? Right, because with AI, there's not necessarily instructions or documentation that's super helpful. A lot of times you can get the instructions that you need by simply just like asking Claude, what what can this do? What can the QuickBooks connector do? So here's its response. It says, here's what I do for you. Benchmarking analysis, profit and loss analysis, cash flow analysis, categorized expenses. And then below that it says, for full business operations, go to your QuickBooks to payroll and tax, bill pay, invoicing, inventory, etc. So it's pretty explicit, like these are the things it can do, and then these things below are the things that it can't do. And below, it gives you some sample prompts, like compare my business, generate a P&L for my company, create cash flow report for the CSV, categorize my uncategorized transactions. For this demo, what I'm interested in is using that import tool to import a bank statement. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've created a fake bank statement for my fake business. It's a demo Pilates studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that bank statement. It's a PDF on my computer. And it's for the month of March 2026. It's a fairly simple statement. And I'm going to say, please import my transactions. And it's going to take some time to think. But if we take a closer look, it does look like it's doing some QuickBooks stuff. So we'll just let it work on that. You can see import CSV transactions to QuickBooks. We can take a look at this. We can take a look at this lovely fake business checking statement. It's fairly limited, but it's got some good stuff on there, like deposits, payroll, credit card processing fees, rent, typical stuff you might see. And we'll go back to Claude, and it says, your March transactions are in QuickBooks. Want me to generate a profit and loss next or benchmark against other Pilates studios? So I'm going to say yes. Generate a profit and loss statement. And while it's doing that, we can go ahead and we'll see, what transactions did it import. So I've got it pulled up here, and you can see these transactions are already posted and they're auto-categorized. And, it looks like most of it is pretty good. AT&T went to telephone, office went to office, service revenue went to returns and allowances, which is not right, or that doesn't seem correct. It's money received, so probably shouldn't go to returns. Duke Energy went to utilities, payroll went to salaries. Seems pretty good, except for it's putting revenue in returns and allowances. So product sales going to returns and allowances, service revenue is going to returns and allowances, which does not seem correct to me as the owner of this demo Pilates studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and it's finishing up the profit and loss statement. So it got those transactions wrong. That bank statement's not reconciled, but it's going to go ahead and give me a profit and loss statement, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's telling me total income, total expenses, net income. These are all fake numbers, but I mean, it looks good. It's in terms of just like a report, it's very cool to see it here. I don't know, who knows what the validity of the information is, but I'm going to ask it, could you recategorize the product sale in returns and allowances to a revenue account? We'll see if it can fix that. So it says explicitly here that's outside what the connector can do. There's no tool here for editing or recategorizing existing transactions. You need to make that change directly in QuickBooks. So I guess, you could go ahead and recategorize that in QuickBooks, but, at this point, it might have been quicker just to go ahead and do the categorization yourself. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that Claude will do it for you. I'll let you make your own decision there. But what I want to do now is I want to see, let's ask it, what else can you do for me in QuickBooks Online? And it's going to think. We're going to let it go. And it's kind of, it's giving me the same canned answer. Let's do a benchmark analysis. Compare my business. We'll see what that means. So it looks like that benchmark is ready. It says, here's my total monthly profit benchmark. My business monthly profit is $2,595, and that is 25.47% higher than my regional peers here in Indiana for fitness and recreational sports centers. That seems a little low, but I'll take it. Doing better than 25%, or it's 25% higher. And then here it's going to tell you a little bit about the benchmark. I don't know how helpful this is, when you're thinking about your business's finances, but, it is something interesting to think about and play around with. Okay, so that was fun. I definitely am going to continue to pay attention to this and play with it. I think they'll probably add more tools and more features to this QuickBooks Online connector. It's something that might be helpful to me and might be helpful to you, especially if you're trying to import transactions into QuickBooks and maybe get some analysis on your QuickBooks company's financial information. But if you feel like you might need more help than what Claude and the QuickBooks connector can help you with, feel free to go to our website. We've got articles in our learning center. You can book a call with us. We've got a price estimator if you're interested to see how much it might cost to work with TMA. Please subscribe to the Small Business Playbook YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.